G'day everyone, this is Ben Cowenberg from consciousazine.com, broadcasting out of the Gold Coast, Australia. It's a lovely day. This lecture is about Your Natural Paradise, which is a page in Consciousazine, and it's all about organic living, basically. If you go to the page, you'll see all the pictures on this slideshow from that page. I'm not the artist of all the pictures, but I like this picture. I mean, I've gone over this in my social detritus video. I mean, this has really got to do, this picture that you're seeing, with the corporates. You know, it's always about profit and the single bottom line profit, not the triple bottom line. Single bottom line is just economic for a few shareholders, not the social bottom line of the community they're raping. You know, instead of raping it, giving back to it, and not the environmental bottom line, similar to what I just said about the social bottom line. So if we want a paradise, we've got to make the corporate paradigm. The idea of a corporate is fine, but the way we use them is just not so fine. We seem to go into communities, extract from the community, and give it to someone else, and it might not even be another community we're giving it to. The corporate will, you know, give it to a select few shareholders or something, and this kind of stuff's no good. We need to really base our corporates on working for communities and for the environment and for us, not just for a few select shareholders, basically. So I won't go into that more now. So this page has got a lot on it. As all pages, increasing content. I find good stuff, then I put it on the page, so it's always updated. Now, I want to draw your attention, if you go visit the page, I'll put the link under this video in the description of this video. There's a really long permaculture playlist on YouTube on this page of mine here that I've made. Now, this playlist is on permaculture. Permaculture is very important. Bill Mollison from Australia founded that name. It just really gives the idea of a food forest and in your backyard, and perennial, not just annual plants. Perennial are longer than a year, and so forth. You know, they don't, like, for instance, cannabis dies out after a year when I grow it. So there's a really good playlist on here, and it's got about 190 videos. Some of them are repeats. I watched them all. It starts Martin Crawford's Forest Garden, Part 1. Now, his garden's really cool. I'm going to try and emulate that myself when I get a house or a place that I can do so, or other people's gardens. If you visit the page, you'll see a Dr. Green Thumb post, and I want to become, that's about me, I want to sort of become a traveling gardener in one sense, because I will be traveling to talk, so I'd like to do other stuff like traveling, helping people make really cool gardens and support themselves, not have to give their energy away to corporates and so forth. And create your own pharmacy, F-A-R-M-A-C-Y, pharmacy, not PH as in pharmaceuticals. Create your own pharmacy so you don't have to go visit the PH pharmacy. Because if you change your diet to more of a organic vegetables and fruits sort of diet and live foods sort of eating, you'll find you'll avoid going to the pharmacy a lot, if you have to go there at all. You can green the desert. We're humans. We can terraform Mars. Terraforming is the process of turning it green, basically, and livable. So if we can terraform another planet, which they say we can, and I suspect we can definitely green the deserts. I mean, it's just a process of food forests and foresting, permaculture, and this is multi-dimensional gardening. Not just going in and planting a monocrop like these idiot baby boomers did, and you know, making just a monocrop on wheat or whatever. So instead, that land could be much better used if you put several layers, not just one layer, called mono. So that's monoculture, and that's stupid, and that's what permaculture aims to rectify. And permaculture is multi-dimensional gardening. You get layers in your garden. One plant might only be there to help another plant. It might have no other use than just to help another plant grow, and that other plant might be a great food plant. So it's about dimensional gardening. This page is really packed. Oh yeah, I like this picture. There's so many uses for cannabis besides. It seems to be a very big brain barrier I hit with people when I use the word cannabis even. That's how brainwashed people are. They just think of a stoner smoking and being a larrikin and not working hard or something. I don't know what they picture. But actually, in actual fact, in the real world, that place, if you come to the real world, you'll realize that cannabis might well be one of the most nutritional vegetables in the world, the most nutritional vegetable in the world, since we have the endocannabinoid system within our bodies, and so on. I won't lecture you on that during this talk, but that's a very big part, I find, because you can grow all textile. You can make your own textiles from hemp. So that's got to be part of the future forest garden for sure. Make your own clothes and everything. Your own curtains, whatever. Textiles. Look up the word textiles if you don't understand what that means. So here we go. Support your local pharmacy. That's another great point. Instead of going to the supermarket and giving your energy to the giants to get bigger. You don't want monopolies becoming more monopolized and oligarchical. You want to support we want variety. So that's creating a harder, smaller, denser reality when you go to shop at the supermarket every time, give all your energy to them and none to the local pharmacy. It should be the other way around, because then you have more diversity. One farm store might have something the next farm store doesn't have. And so since you're a human, you can go to both stalls, and then you've got a bigger variety of food, for instance. There's actually a picture on the activist page which shows you our food diversity annihilation over the last couple of 100 years or 100 years or something, and it was ridiculous, and it made me really sad, because what are we leaving for our own children, let alone their children? It's just ridiculously laughable. It's sad, don't get me wrong, but I laugh at how stupid it is and the people perpetuating it. The garden you're seeing here isn't hard to grow. Things grow with sunlight and water. I've gone to people's houses over the years, and I've visited heaps of people's houses, and there's lawns everywhere. Why aren't you growing food instead of lawns? It's like I look at them like I want to knock on their head and say, hello, is anyone home? Are you a bit stupid? So you want to grow food, not lawns. Then you don't even have to go to work as much if you do that sort of thing. So you're going to see a picture on here, and yeah, here it is. I don't want anyone to complain and say, oh, I couldn't grow that garden, that picture before this one. Well, look what this guy done. So I don't want to hear it. You can do it, so I don't want to hear you complain and talk shit. If this guy can make a whole forest by himself, think about it. You can easily transform your balcony of your apartment into a food garden. I've seen them. I've seen a little 2 by 1 meter square balcony garden which was producing lots of output, more than that family even wanted. They were selling it. So anyway, there's plenty of videos in that long playlist I mentioned before. There's an award-winning backyard permaculture sort of garden. That was really cool because it's just your average house in the urban suburban area, and the guy made something really fantastic out of it. So you really need to have a look at the page and not just be listening to me talk here, because this is one of the videos of mine that is just basically to guide you to a certain page for a certain reason. I'm not doing like a definitive lecture here or something. So that's cool. This picture of the tree bombs. Oh, that's alright. So that's one way corporates, they have money to make a tree bomb and bomb some areas, with some proper bombs. And you're going to see another picture coming up here on how many uses there are for hemp. And if you don't know how many there are, it might startle you, because this picture will hopefully bring you up to modernity and make you modern, because it's got a lot of uses. There's apparently up to 25,000 uses. I haven't seen the list, so I won't say that's the way it is. Apparently there's 25,000 uses for hemp. There's lots of ideas on this page too, like how to do what, like how to grow your own mushrooms, how to make your own garden, how to do this and that. So that's why I'm leading you towards the page, because I'm not going to take hours on end to say this is how you do this and so forth. So here's that picture I was talking about. I hope it's large enough, the text. You can enlarge your screen and make it larger. So now we can see also why we should legalize the use of hemp at the least, if not cannabis, the psychoactive portion. We want to legalize hemp, which is not psychoactive. You'd have to smoke something like 1,500 joints or something to even get the slightest high off it, and I mean, you're not going to be able to do that. And there's some great ideas on, like, for instance, I'm looking here on the page on the Your Natural Paradise Consciousine page, and there's this, you'll see it in this slideshow. There's a table, and it's actually got its own little veggie herb garden on the table. I really like that, and I'm definitely going to make that. And this page also is leaning towards methods of growing. Like, you'll see this Three Sisters method. I'm not sure where the picture is. It should be coming up soon. Or maybe it has passed and I haven't seen it. Anyway, if I didn't put on the slideshow, you'll see this picture on the page. It's called the Three Sisters method, the ancient Native American technique of growing corn, beans, and squash together in a certain arrangement. So that sort of goes back to the permaculture garden. You'll see this picture of this Three Sisters method, and it's just really the beans coiling around the corn and the squash down the bottom, and it says why you grow it like this. For the same thing I mentioned before, certain plants, if you grow them in a certain way or a position or whatever, might help another plant, and so forth. Even their leaves falling off and could help the plant next to it with nutrients. So I mean, oh yeah, I like this picture. The little bit of water you shed from your feet when you step out of the shower or bath makes your mat grow, and so you don't have to throw out and waste. That's a lot of what this page leans towards too. Not having to waste stuff, because this is all renewable stuff. I mean, you don't have to waste a bath mat now. I'm sure you can use that for a while. And it's going to grow, and it's comfortable, and look at it. It'll actually probably be purifying your air and everything. So I don't understand why we haven't gone this way before anyway. Now this page, Your Natural Paradise here, also has the bottom half of the page. So this is the picture you're seeing now is of growing shiitake mushrooms yourself. Anyway, this page also leans towards edible flowers at the end. It has a whole section on edible flowers. You're about to see some of those pictures coming up. Some flower salads. There's a 6-fruit salad tree here. 6 different fruits all on the one tree. I haven't checked out how badly GMO'd it is. Is it something you even want to eat, or is it not healthy GMOs? So make sure you do research on that one. I haven't yet, but I will be. And a window farm, you would have seen that picture with the plants on the window. Now you're about to see all the edible flowers. A couple of the pictures I've taken from the page I've put on this slideshow, such as this one you're looking at now. And yeah, you can make a nice salad with flowers. Hibiscus, that's a lot of people know about hibiscus flower, and you can make tea from it, and it's very healthy. It's very high vibrational. I had it. I put it in my 7 Roots tea, and it made it much more higher vibrational. The tea, it was really amazing. Yeah, quite crown chakra opening. So there's an edible flowers eclectic post which has like a large edible flower list from this certain website. There's other posts. Dandelion is another common one a lot of people are getting into. Dandelion you can make into tea. I actually have in my 7 Root tea dandelion root, burdock, marshmallow root, Siberian, something else. What's it called? Licorice root, and I forgot what else. But yeah, you can eat quite a lot of flowers. Have a look at the post to see the nutrition of them and all that. And I just want to really say again, it's not that much effort. Like, I've gone to people's houses and they have like 4 herbs there, and I'm like, are you kidding? Like, why bother with that? It's going to run out in a couple of weeks, and it's not going to be enough for you to sustain you. You want to make a whole garden. Even if you just have a balcony, it's very simple to do. Quickly Google it, or have a look on this page. So it's not hard, and this is actually beneficial for you. So I don't know why you wouldn't want to do it. The only reason I can think of is laziness. And, well, then you'll beget your own consequences from that laziness, like the chemical shitstorm in the supermarket packaged products, and bad health, and you won't live as long. You won't live as long and as vital. You won't be having as much vitality. And I mean, we were forged on Earth. We weren't forged in the lab with chemical constituents. We were forged from Earth and from the organic nature. So it makes sense to side and be symbiotic with that nature, such as that bath mat you saw before. Yeah, anyway, there's lots of ideas on this page. Look at that yummy salad, some flowers in there. And what else do I want to say? Yeah, you can even eat stinging nettle leaves. They're not that yummy, though, I hear. Yeah, I just wish some people to take a look at the page, because it's got a lot on it. I really like that permaculture video list. There's one video in here as well, Greening the Desert with Jeff Lawton, another Australian guy. And he's actually over in like Afghanistan or something, by the look of the women in their headpieces. And they're greening the desert. Now, he'll show you how to do this with a lot of water. The idea is to really retain the water and stuff. And you make swales and all this stuff, and it's yeah, really informative. What you're seeing on the screen now is a psychedelic flower, Thorindopino or something like that it's called. I hope I didn't say that too wrong. A friend from South America told me about these. These are psychedelic. So, I mean, there's lots of psychedelic plants you can grow. You could grow ayahuasca vine in your backyard, and you could have ayahuasca, so you won't have to go to Peru It takes 6 years to grow that vine, sort of before you can use it if you buy it from Nimbin, where I would get it from in Australia. There's that table I mentioned earlier. Look at that, that's awesome. Really nice and natural. Now, there's also an energy part to this, it gives good energy, wood, and that kind of natural plants around you and stuff, but we're not going to go into that this talk. This was really just a surface talk to get you to go to this page for your own health and your own benefit. Consciousine is free. I'm not making any money for you going to the page. I just want a better world. I want to create heaven on earth, and I can see that we can do it. I just have to seemingly inform some people about some things. And if we all do that, it'll all come quicker. So feel free to share the page and tell people about it, or put it on, I don't know, your Pinterest or your website or whatever. Like I said, there will be content continuously updated and added to the page, as all pages in Consciousine. And don't forget that you're doing this for your health. I mean, this is all not just for the environment. Of course it's going to help the environment, like I mentioned before, less waste, but it's for your health, and this is a big part of the Biorevolution 1 bridge, as Ray Kurzweil would say, the Biorevolution bridge of slower aging going towards the de-aging in Biobridge 2. Yeah, I'll do a lecture on the Biorevolution soon. There's the window garden. See, it's pretty simple. You don't have to have a big backyard. If this guy can do it, you can do it.